We're gonna make the most delicious pumpkin pie. I cannot wait to share this recipe with you. It's the perfect time of year, autumn, winter, Christmas time, of course Thanksgiving. Pumpkin pie made famous by America, Canada. They love it, and actually I love it too. So this is what you call a delica pumpkin, but you can also use squashes. Butternut squash is a really easy one to get in supermarkets. Normally in America and Canada, they often would buy this, pureed pumpkin in a tin. This is convenient, but the flavor from this is much better. So how do we cook this? It's really easy. Turn the oven on to 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. Take yourself a little fork, give it a little prick just a couple of times, and literally chuck the pumpkin in there, close the door, and let it cook for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Inside, it will go like nice and soft and gorgeous. The outside will be kind of burnt, it doesn't matter. So if you have a look at these are completely cooked now and cooling down. So I want to give you a really simple recipe and method for a classic sweet short crust pastry. The classic bit is half fat to flour. Okay, so we have 150 grams of fat, butter, nice butter. We've got 300 grams of plain flour. We're going to give it a little pinch of salt. I'm going to sweeten it just lightly with 50 grams of icing sugar. Now I want to accent it with just a little bit of orange. Orange and pumpkin, really good friends. So I'm going to take a little fine grater like this and just give it a little rub, and it smells amazing already. So we've got that there. Use your fingers, and then all we're going to do is just rub the flour and the butter together, and it just takes like a minute and a half. So now we're going to make a little well in the middle, and I'm going to steal 1 egg here. Nice little free-range egg. Crack that in there, no shell, and I'll just take a little fork and I'll just whisk this up. And once you've done that, we're just going to stir it in to the pastry like that. I don't want to be kneading it like bread because that's just going to make it firm and hard. We don't want that. So look, you can see it's just coming together. It's just beautiful. Now you could wrap that up and you can put that in the fridge and let it relax. Absolutely fantastic. I'm actually not going to do that today because I'm going to cheat and I'm going to get on with it just to show you that you can. You would normally, once you've let it rest, sort of roll it out with a rolling pin, bit of flour. You can do all that. I want to show you that it can even be simpler, right? I'm going to just take a little bit of this pastry, slice it, and then press it into this mold like this, right? Probably slice it about just under 1 centimetre thick. And this is very simple. I'm just using my fingers to press out and join these little slices and push it up the edge. And it might not be perfect, but I like all the little notches, all the little imperfections. I like the fact that we're not trimming off the edges, okay? So that's that, right? Super easy. I can smell the orange. It's gonna be amazing. So that bit is done. I wanna use this pumpkin and I wanna puree it and get it really, really smooth. If I just cut this in half, you can see that it's soft. And if we get in there, look at the color. I mean, it's extraordinary. Just take a little bowl and get the seeds out. These seeds, by the way, you can just kind of wash them off, toss them in a bit of oil, salt and pepper, and roast them. But what we want is the flesh. We don't want the skin and we don't want the seeds. So we'll remove those. Right, let's get on with this. So what I'm gonna do is get my food processor, and we want 400 grams of beautiful cooked pumpkin in there. Then I'm gonna add 175 grams of golden caster sugar in, and 100 milliliters of double cream goes in as well. So we've now taken pumpkin that is traditionally sort of savory, and it's now in the world of sweet. And we can go further with that delicious sweetness with a little help from some friends here. First up, let's start with vanilla. So I'm gonna go 3 teaspoons of vanilla paste. I'm then gonna use 3/4 of a level teaspoon of cinnamon. Don't go mad, right? Cinnamon's quite powerful. Then I'm gonna go for half a teaspoon of ground ginger. This is allspice. I'm just gonna go for 1/4 of an allspice. And then another great one, nutmeg. Just take that fine grater again and just do 20 little gratings. This is really gonna make this delicious. Now, 3 eggs. So we're gonna split the eggs 2 ways. So we are gonna just crack the egg and put the egg whites into a nice large bowl that we can whisk these eggs, and then keep these lovely yolks here. Okay, so this is gonna go into my machine. Look at that colour. Okay, while that's doing its magic, a nice little pinch of salt and just whisk it up until it's nice and stiff. And you know when it's stiff, when you can hold it over your head and nothing happens. Woohoo! Okay, we're good to go. We have our lovely cake mix, And we'll pour that into here. Look at the color. Now we want to fold in the egg whites. So from the outside to the inside. So really go around the rim and just get all of those bits of egg whites. And even though it's not cooked, I can smell all the spices. Look at that. Okay, so in this recipe, we are not going to bake this pastry case blind, right? We're going to have it raw, we're going to have it raw, and we're going to cook it in the oven. So get your oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. Look at that, heavenly. Very importantly, we're going to put this beautiful pie, look at that, right? That's going to go right on the bottom of the oven, right? I know that's a wood oven, ignore that. In your oven, put it on the bottom, not on a shelf, on the bottom. That way you're going to get max temperature under that pastry. We're going to cook it for around 45 minutes, and that's going to be utterly delicious. What's going to happen is this will souffle up a little bit, and it will look amazing. As it cools down, it will just sag, and it might even crack, and it's all going to be gorgeous. And then I'm going to show you how to serve it with the most delicious pecan nuts that we're going to caramelize in maple syrup. Right, let's cook this. It smells amazing. Okay, so this has had, I'd say, just under 50 minutes. Look at that. Such a lovely rustic pumpkin pie. Look at the colour. Really, really autumnal. Smells amazing. Okay, so now what we want to do is let that cool down so you can slice it beautifully. I like to do that onto a little cake rack like this. Look at that. Right, so let that cool down. And now I want to show you how to make the most incredible praline of pecan nuts with maple syrup. I'm going to get a pan on. So maple syrup, you know, I'm always thinking about Canada, North America. I'm thinking about, you know, all those gorgeous flavors, pumpkin. Pecan is a really nice nut to play with. Have a little look at this. Of course you can do other nuts, but it just feels a little bit more right to use pecan nuts. Delicious. So 4 or 5 tablespoons of lovely maple syrup goes in. We're going to bring that to a boil, and then as it boils, it is going to start to caramelize a bit more and thicken a little bit more. Now, when you do that, it goes a little bit darker. You're concentrating the flavor more, but also this is currently a syrup, but when we're kind of evaporating sort of moisture from this, you're going to make basically like a little caramel that's hard, crunchy. So I'm going to put a couple of handfuls of the pecans into here and cook that into them like this. And just for like a minute or two, we're going to reduce this down so it's a nice caramel. Get a tray, get some greaseproof paper, just have a little look. You see how dark that's got? So when you're doing anything around the world of caramel, do not have kids running around, right? It is hotter than boiling water, okay? So we'll use a metal spoon, not a plastic one. And while it's hot, we'll move it around like this. And it will cool down pretty quickly. And as it cools, because you've reduced the syrup, it will cool like hard. So look, let that cool down. I've got a nice little kind of, I think, a nice vibe to have with this pie. I'm going to take that orange that we use the zest for the pastry, and I've got here some cranberry sauce. So what I'll do is just squeeze in the juice of half of that orange and just let it down, right? And I think this is really nice to have on the side with the cream and almost ripple it through. It's going to be a good thing. So that's going to cool down. I'm going to wash this up, and then we're going to serve up. While that's chilling, how about giving us a little bit of love? Click the like button and even subscribe. Oh, and remember to turn on that notification bell so you know what's happening. Now, back to the recipe. So this has cooled down nicely. A little tip, so if you get a bowl that's nice and sturdy, then in theory, if I put that on there like that, that falls off like that, very dramatic. So we can take that off and remove this. And then what I can do is pop this on the board and get my knife just underneath that little bit of the mold like that. Carefully run your knife around the base and carefully just move it out so it's all lovely and protect it. Look how lovely that tart looks. It's a really nice rustic tart. I love it. I love its imperfections. I love the little ridges. I love the little cracks. It feels really, really hearty. Smells amazing. So one thing to go with this is I've got some double cream here that I've taken the liberty to just whip. I'll put some in there like that, and then a little bit of that orange and cranberry sauce. So I'm just gonna fold that through. It's gonna be good. So now it comes on to our little brittle here. So this is nice and cool, and you can see that it's turned into kind of like a giant thing. So it's still a little bit warm. When that gets cold, that'll snap. So you can just break this off. And then what you can do over here is just chop it up. That's sensational. So we've got pecan chunks, we've got pecan brittle, we've got our lovely cranberry and cream ripple. And then here, we've got that amazing pumpkin pie. Straight into the middle, all the way down. Let's do a nice little slice. Oh, it's pretty good. So there you go, beautiful. And then we can take a few of these beautiful bits of caramelized pecan here. And look, we've got the brittle here, that can just go to the side, look at that. Oh. And then we've got our little ripple of cream and cranberry. Right, here we go. Little quiet moment in my favorite place. Crumbly pastry, soft, velvety, fluffy pumpkin pie filling. Just so many textures, so good. So guys, what are you waiting for? Homemade pumpkin pie, spiced up, go on. Have a go.
Hi lovely people of FoodTube. Today I'm gonna make this incredible pumpkins, chestnut, and sage lasagna. So simple, so good. What a treat. You will love it. Look at the pumpkins I have here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This particular one is called a Cinderella pumpkins. Slice right down. You need a nice knife to do that. Ta-ta-ta-ta. It's about a kilo altogether. So what do you need? You remove all the seeds and the pulp and start to slice widthways. You need about half a centimeter slice. I need to put some olive oil in a tray. All the pumpkins, just put them inside. A little bit of salt for start. Little chili flake. Nice sage leaves, 4, 5 or 6. Now chestnuts, yeah, roughly 250 grams. So criss-cross. Crush it with a bag. Cut it, cross it, crush it. Get 2 lovely red onions, cut them in half, and then you cut them in quarter. Put them on top. Little olive oil again. A little bit of salt. Little chili flakes. And you put them in the oven at temperature 180 for 35 minutes to 40 minutes. Let's do it. That's incredible, yes. I have to taste it. I haven't. I just want it the way it is. But we're gonna make this lasagna. The water is boiling. It's about 4 or 5 liters here. I need to put some salt inside. With this particular lasagna, I use fantastic spelt pasta, all grain pasta. So delicious. Slowly, just lay in, just a few at a time. I blanch it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Let's put them on top here on a sheet of oven-proof paper to dry up a little bit, and let's put the rest inside. Right, you can see this is all the pasta is blanched. You can see I cooked them al dente, which is I can move them around. In exactly the same time, I made a lovely bechamel sauce, clicky on the side. You can see how to make perfect bechamel. Now, I need to make the topping. 100 grams wholemeal bread. Roughly chop, yeah. Then I need 40 grams of parmesan, straight in. 44 grams of almond with the skin on. 2 cloves of garlic, just cut them in half, just put them inside. 44 old grams of lovely smoky pancetta, cut them a little bit, just put them all inside, covered. Stop! Full of flavor. Now, get in a baking trays. Nice a dip inside. We need to put them in the lasagna all together. You can see the old chestnuts is all done. Then you start with the pumpkins, the onions as well, sage. I love it. The pasta goes on it. You have to adjust it. Let's get some bechamel. Oh gosh, so nice, especially the nutmeg inside is incredible. Some of the chestnuts, because you crisscross, you melt it, put some on top. Now we go back again with pumpkins. And you keep doing, lay one on top of the other. Easy, simple. And yes, let's get the bechamel on top. It's gonna taste so good. We need to get all this breadcrumb with almonds, with the garlic, with the pancetta, with the parmesan. Crumble on top. A little bit of black pepper as well, a little bit of parmesan. The rest of the chestnuts. So fantastico. So good. Don't be afraid to put sage on top, because when they're crisped up, they're really, really, really good. Grease a little bit of olive oil. Put them in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Temperature 190. Yes. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Look at this. I told you it was going to be good. I can guarantee it was going to be good. And it is good. The pumpkins is incredible. It's so delicious. I can taste almost every ingredient inside. The crispness on top. It's just unbelievable. You make it and you will agree with me. Happy Halloween. I'm gonna show you how to turn this on this. Hi lovely peoples, let me show you how to make a perfect risotto. I'm gonna make pumpkin risotto. What you do with your pumpkins, Halloween, you cut it, you carve it, put a kettle inside, leave them outside the door and all the children comes along, trick or trick. And then at the end, you know, the day after you get the pumpkins, you throw them away. Don't, they're still all right. You can make a fantastic pumpkin risotto. It's so good. The ingredient I use here is rosemary because it goes well, onions, little chili, course. I use a guanciale, but you can use a bacon. And if you're vegetarian, just to remove the bacon, the guanciale, the prosciutto, whatever you want to use. I don't use it. So what you actually do, first of all, well, before anything goes, look at this onion. So good. And then I already cut the pumpkins, because you can use any pumpkins. So I have done a little square. Cut big, small, please yourself which way you want to do it. I used to be very professional cutting. I think I lost all my, I didn't lost anything. Then this is it. You just put them on the side, on a chopping board. Man, it's all chopping board here. There you cut it. Okay. Get a lovely guanciale. That nice bit of fat on it is so good. You don't have to use all this, just a little bit. Just a slice, that's all. Then again, you just do a little strip. And then have the guanciale inside. The perfect marriage also is the chili and the rosemary. Then you put them all inside. So it goes in, just switch it on. And just drizzle a little bit of olive oil inside. Original, the risotto is made beginning with the butter. And let it sizzling. Why is sizzling? Get nice big onions. Actually, squared onions. Look at that. See? Again, and then I chop it quite fine. Quite a lot of onions now. Oh my God, I love make risotto. I think the king of risotto, I remember when my good friend Antonio Carlucci used to make the risotto. Everything had to be just cut them in small pieces. And me, I used to put everything inside. And then when we taste it, he says to me, you'll see how good it is. This was good, my mind was better. You keep stirring a little bit. The butter and the olive oil don't make burn it. Now you have a little bit of a chili. Make sure the chili is not very, very hot. How can you tell if the chili is hot or not hot? I don't know, I just put them inside. Just a little bit, you can see you sweat everything. Remember again, the word is sweat when you actually joking. Burn, when you go in Spain, you sit under the sun, change nations. Before it was Italy, and you become like a pepperoni. You don't want to do that. That's a lovely hot pan. Nice bit of rosemary inside. You can see I put the rosemary with everything because I can remove after. Go straight inside, chili, rosemary, guanciale is unbelievable. Then you get the rice. Each handful is in a risotto. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4 for a bit. That is for me. Keep stirring it. When the rice becomes transparent, almost transparent, you can see, you know, the little bit of shade like a ghost, yeah, on the side. It's nice and hot. Then you get nice little bit of wine. Bit too much. It wasn't like that, but somebody put more wine inside. Music! Music! Oh my God, you can smell. Come inside, come have a look. Let it evaporate it a little bit because I'm going to use a stock. Now, when it's almost evaporated, you get all this beautiful Halloween pumpkin. As soon as it's ready, you don't want to get stick. I'm going to get the stock, make sure it's very hot. There it goes. See that stock? I made the stock, it's good vegetable stock. Chicken stock will do as well. If you're vegetarian, don't. Just put a couple of ladle over the stock inside and keep stirring it. Oh my goodness me, so good. Keep stirring it and then keep stirring it. Now we wanted the pumpkins to melt it. Turn down the gas slowly, a little bit slowly. I usually risotto for one person, it will take 17 minutes. For two, will take over 20 minutes. For 3, again 25. For 4, perhaps takes half an hour. That's all. See, and then you keep stirring, look at that. And then you keep the stock. And if you finish with the stock, good luck. You have to put some water inside, but always hot. Everything have to be hot. Also now and again you check it if the pumpkins is soft enough. Some people are like a puree of pumpkins straight melt inside. Mine, I just like it because I want to see when I have the risotto. See, as soon as it starts to evaporate it, let it evaporate, yet some more stock. Then again, have some stock. Right, it's ready. Let's turn it off. Fantastico. Now we need to put some butter inside. Just nice big knob of butter. Stir the butter in. While the butter is melting nice, you can see. Nice bit of Parmesan. Go, gadget, go, go. Come have a look now. Now you have to have a look. That creamy pecan. Look, you can still see the pumpkins is nice and soft, but kept them all together. Now you have to leave it for at least a couple of minutes. 3 minutes, 4 minutes. This is about 20 minutes all together. You know, always keep stirring, stir it. Look at this. This ready now. Let's just put them on a plate. Oh my goodness me. A bit of parmesan. With mine, I just prefer a little drop, little drizzle of olive oil. Just a little touch of raw oil. Look at these pumpkins, it still stays together. Buon appetito. Shall I? Yes, to be or not to be? No, I eat it. Oh my God, the little kick of the chili, the rosemary, the guanciale, the parmesan, the rosemary, the onions, the wine, and a beautiful stock. It's really good. Try to make it. If you don't have a pumpkins, use something else. But one thing I can tell you, when Halloween's coming, if you go pumpkins, you took off the left, don't throw them away. Don't! Just make lovely risotto. You will love it. Well, actually, I'm gonna go by the fire here. Any chestnuts anywhere? I can sprinkle on top. Walnuts. No, do you know what? I'm gonna roast some pumpkins as well. Do you want some? Arrivederci. I'm gonna show you how to turn this on this. You will love it. Lovely pumpkins. This one. You love it. It's heavy. My God, that's all right. This is all right. Why you laughing?
It's giving me like Bethlehem.
Can I eat it now? Can I eat it? I want it to my risotto.